You were born to lead. You were born to lead. You're a leader. You're a leader. Stop running from it. You're not supposed to follow. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to do what other people do. You're a trendsetter. You're a trailblazer. God damn it. You're supposed to start something new. You're supposed to be the one that influences people to do better. And sometimes, and this has always been this way, ever since I was a kid, my teachers would always put this weight of responsibility on my shoulders that they didn't put on my classmates, and I used to hate it. I used to hate it. I'm like, she over there twerking and tripping and fighting, and I'm tired of being a good girl. I want to have fun. I want to get into some trouble. So then I started running my mouth, getting in trouble for talking, because I didn't want to wear that weight, the weight of being a leader. What's poppin', YouTube? It is Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. How you doing? And guess what I got? Guess what I got, y'all? Y'all wouldn't even believe it. It's like a gift from God. I got a stick. I got a stick. A whole stick. You shall not pass. Like, I feel like Gandalf. Look. It's a big old stick. Look at it. How blessed am I to find a giant stick outside. The wonderful little things of life. Alright, so oh boy, it's good to be in front of the camera. Y'all, I made a mistake. I gotta confess a life mistake I done made this morning. And the mistake is I drank coffee. Oh Lord, why the hell I do that? You wanna know why I feel like it's a mistake? Because it has caffeine in it, and it makes me feel nervous, so the coffee kind of is strong, and so I was having anxiety. I wanted to film in my room, but I was just having this restlessness and this anxiety, and I have a little bit of vertigo, and I noticed that when I drink coffee, it also makes my vertigo worse. I know it was like a crown chakra, root chakra issue. I need to get more grounded in my root, and I need to take some of that energy of my crown and bring it down to my root, because don't be looking at me. Look at these ducks. Y'all see these ducks? They gangsters. I'm telling you, them ducks is gangsters. They be mean mugging me. They be looking at me like they want to beat my ass. Like, they don't like me. I just don't think they like people. Well, no, they can't not like me. You can't not like. Come on now. Come on. I'm in my Leo energy, y'all. I'm in my Leo energy. I'm not a Leo, by the way. So I have been having a lot of thoughts about a lot of things. Okay, I've been having a lot of thoughts about life. And it's about relating to people. I don't feel like I suck at relating to people. I don't feel like I have like horrible communication skills. I do have a little bit of social anxiety, and I can be shy sometimes. But when I actually sit down and talk to people, I feel like I'm a really good conversationalist. And I've noticed that a lot of people express how they like talking to me. And a lot of people, they'll try to get me to talk to them. A lot of people will do that everywhere I go. When a person notices that I'm ignoring them, they'll try to get my attention. Even if I've expressed that I kind of don't like them. And so I don't feel that I'm a bad conversationalist. But I'm very selectively social. Like, and I'm getting more of that nowadays. That's why I wanted to turn on this camera and talk, because the way that I have been relating to people, I don't want to relate to them in the same way anymore. Okay? Like, if y'all watched my previous video that I made a couple of days ago, I posted it. It was called 333. It's time to stop entertaining gossip, and you know it. And in that video, I talked about how I didn't realize that I was entertaining gossip until recently. And for me, I'm not the type to go up to somebody and be like, hey, did you hear that so-and-so did this? No, it was more so people would come up to me and gossip about other people to me, and I would just listen and kind of validate their feelings and like be like, oh my God, oh no, I can't believe that they would do that to you. Oh my gosh, that's so horrible. And I would just kind of like hype up the situation or whatever, not out of ill intentions, but because it's that empath shit where you want to make people feel good and stuff, and you want to like be a good listener and make people feel like that they're being heard. Because I'm so used to feeling unheard. I'm so used to being conditioned to feel that I shouldn't be talking, you know. I'm talking about childhood stuff, you know, family stuff, being a family scapegoat. I'm so used to that. And so when people talk to me and they express how they feel, my immediate, reaction is to be like, okay, let me make this person feel heard. Let me make this person feel good about themselves and feel, like validate their feelings pretty much. And I realized that I didn't have to do that. I did not have to do that. I did not have to make people feel good about anything, ever. But being, experiencing narcissistic abuse and being the child of a narcissistic abuser, and I've done a lot of research on this, you naturally feel a need to please. Because you just would always get in trouble for the simplest little thing. Your mom or your dad would snap at you because you was talking funny, you was talking the wrong way, or they're very critical. But anyway, I now decided that that's not how I want to communicate with people anymore. I don't want to communicate with people like that no more, right? So it's caused me to be guarded around people, and to be not ready to get into conversation with them. I'm be feeling like I'm ready to get into conversation. So I don't know why this car backing up, but they're making me feel some type of way, like they trying to holler at me or something. And I ain't in the mood, so you better drive your ass the fuck on. Drive your ass the fuck on, for real. But anyway, so that's what I would do. And so now, this morning, a coworker, she was trying to get me into conversation with her, right? She was trying to talk about something that she was going through, and she was like, yeah, girl, I need Jesus. And I've been drinking a lot more, and I could tell that she wanted to open up to me about something tough that she's going through right now. And usually I would ask questions and be ready to listen and, be a dang near therapist for somebody. And today, I didn't really want to do that. I didn't really want to do that today. So I kept the conversation short. And when she realized that I wasn't open to the conversation, she kind of, she walked away. And I'm like this, being more guarded and giving a damn less about people's life story and what they got going on. I'm like this because I realized after narcissistic abuse and going through my healing process that I don't have to be there for everybody when they need somebody to talk to. I don't have to be everybody's therapist. I don't have to be everybody's bestie. And I'm especially like this with females, trying to be their bestie and let me not even say that, not trying to be. They be trying to be my bestie and I be running. But when they come up to me, even when I'm in the mood to be alone, I be like, okay, let me kiki with her. Let me entertain this conversation, right? But I'm like that with females a lot. I'm more like, because I feel like females are needy. Like I'm starting to realize that, I feel like females are very needy, and they, especially when you work in an environment with a bunch of females, they kind of feel, especially in a job, they kind of feel like that you should they feel entitled to a friendship with you. And I'm learning about this, which is, I've learned that it's called, what is it? Proximity delusion. I watched a video recently on YouTube about proximity delusion. And so the woman who made this video said that she worked with HR, with human resources, and she gets a lot of cases of women pretty much reporting and complaining about their female coworkers not saying hi to them, pretty much. And she says it's a common thing, and that if you're a pretty woman in the workplace, you're gonna have it harder than anybody, right? And I definitely relate to that. I've had very difficult experiences at jobs because of jealousy. And I've heard some females refer to it as the pretty girl curse. The pretty girl curse, which I kind of was like in denial of it and been like, no, like I don't want to say anything is a curse. Like that's so negative. Like I'm just pretty, and sometimes be hating because of it, or they like to pick fights or try to turn people against you or whatever because they see you as a threat. I've been there, done that. And so that's why I want to be an entrepreneur and make my own damn money so that I don't have to keep being in these toxic ass workplaces with these toxic ass females. And so I'm absorbing a lot of information. I'm learning a lot right now because I want to be more protected in the workplace. I want to be better at protecting myself. So when it comes to the way that I relate to people and communicating with people, I cannot just give myself up to everybody. I'm not going to do it. And when I first came to this job, these women was leeching because of my energy. I'm a Taurus, and I'm not trying to be cocky or toot my own horn. I just know my influence on people. And sometimes I be running from it. I be like, I don't want to be a leader. But the universe, God, my higher self, keep telling me, you were born to lead. You were born to lead. You're a leader. You're a leader. Stop running from it. You're not supposed to follow. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to do what other people do. You're a trendsetter. You're a trailblazer. God damn it. You're supposed to start something new. You're supposed to be the one that influences people to do better. And sometimes, and this has always been this way, ever since I was a kid, my teachers would always put this weight of responsibility on my shoulders that they didn't put on my classmates, and I used to hate it. I'm like, she over there twerking and tripping and fighting, and I'm tired of being a good girl. I want to have fun. I want to get into some trouble. So then I started running my mouth, getting in trouble for talking, because I didn't want to wear that weight. The weight of being a leader. The weight of being influential. The teachers would always put this weight of responsibility on my shoulders because I was a good kid. I was really smart. I was always reading books. I always had the answers to the people would come to school asking me for the answers on the test. When they didn't do their homework, they asking me for my homework because they know that I'm the geeky kid, right? I'm the smart kid. I take my academics seriously. But I started to want to find my own self. I wanted to have my own identity outside of that. So I started getting into trouble for kikiing with the other girls in class, and then my grades started being affected by that, And so at this job, I'm still the same person. People, they want to latch on to me, and I was too nice. And I made myself too open and too available for them. And now I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. And with that, these people have crossed my boundaries. And I didn't even quite express it in the moment. But eventually I did say, hey, that made me feel uncomfortable. I just can't operate the same way that I used to. I can't be a people pleaser no more. I don't give a damn about what you need right now. This is time for me to be selfish. This is my selfish era. I was raised and conditioned to feel that I should never put myself first. And if I do, I'm the most selfish, vile creature on the planet. If I buy myself a bag of candy and don't buy nobody else a bag of candy, I'm a bitch. I'm gonna have to bleep these cuss words out. I'm cussing a little bit more than I did in the last video. I didn't want to do that, but I'm feeling passionate because this is really how I'm feeling right now. And this is the conversation that I've been having with myself. Like, I've been alone a lot more. I've been kind of isolating myself, and I could tell that people can feel that. My coworkers can feel that difference. Right? And so I've been better at putting up boundaries. I have to do it, and you got to do it too, whoever watching this video. And you, that person, you got to stop being that person. You cannot serve everybody every single second of every single day whenever they need you to. You're a human being. You're not a machine. And it's at this point where I don't care. I used to really care. And I cared just a little bit this morning when that lady was trying to open up to me about some stuff she was going through. I put that wall up, and I did not let her open up to me because I just don't think I'm ready to hear it. Because with these coworkers, that's why I got the wall up, is because they're negative. Every time you talk to them, they want to gossip about somebody. They want to say something negative about a coworker. They want to talk about something negative that happened to them in the past. They want to talk about something negative that happened at the workplace. And I don't want to hear it. I want to be able to I'll be looking around because, you know, I'm paranoid. Shoot. Cause I'm paranoid, yeah. I'm avoiding the line cause it just might split. Cause someone stopped the noise. Y'all remember that? Jonas Brothers? Oh my gosh, I used to love the Jonas Brothers. But anyway, let me not get distracted. So as I was saying, I really want to have a more high vibrational way of communicating with the people around me. I want to come up to you and just know you're going to say some positive stuff. I want to come up to you and just know you're going to talk about something good that you got brewing. Ain't nobody doing nothing with their life. I'm the only one at this job that's actually, I feel like, is actually doing something with her life. You know, I was just in 2 short films. We got the premiere coming up May the 4th. And I can finally see myself on a big screen and see myself in this short film. And I'm so excited for the changes in my life.
Hello, hi. My name is Sydney. I play the character Ashley, who is a barista. She knows the owners very well, Victoria and Henry. She knows them very well. She's like a daughter figure to them. And she's kind of like a big sister figure to...
And right now, I am stage manager of a play. It's a children's play. And I'm always active in my field, which is theater and film. I'm always active in my field doing my thing. And I made the mistake, my stupid ass, I made a mistake of telling a coworker, the one that I said, I mentioned in another, you know, in the previous video, the 333 video, that she was the one that was, you know, over time realized was very untrustworthy, right? And I made a mistake of telling her that I'm stage manager, that I'm working on this, you know, a play across the street. And the look on her face was like, oh yeah, you know, because she's clingy. She's a very needy narcissist. And it was just like, oh my gosh, somebody in my proximity that's actually doing something with their life. And so she after that, she just kept trying to pry. How's those other jobs going? How's other jobs? And I would always be like, they all right, they good. Like trying to brush her off, trying to give her that signal that I don't want to, you know, get deep with her. I don't want to talk about my personal life with you. So the other day, she was like, how's those other jobs going? How's those other jobs going? And I told her, I finally just told her how I really felt. And I said, you know, I would rather keep my personal life and my professional life separate. And she was like, I'm sorry, I got anxiety. I'm by myself out here in the middle of this parking lot. So I do have anxiety, okay? But I'll be all right. I'm divinely protected. And I got a stick. I shove it up somebody's. Let's not say that, Sid. You know, God is watching. But yeah, so I told her, I said I would rather keep my personal and professional life separate. And her response, she was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Because she's very fake. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest. And that's why I couldn't do it. I could not continue to let her think that I actually liked her. And I couldn't let her continue to think that I actually trusted her. I can't be fake. Some people, they real good at it. They love being fake. They eat fake cake for dessert every day. And I don't like the flavor of fake cake, so I don't eat it. And I don't like people that like the flavor of fake cake. So she's like, oh, that's fine. That's okay. That is absolutely fine. And then I notice now she don't really talk to me. Like she don't say much to me no more. And it is such a weight off of my back. Because just hearing her voice, it just made me tense up. That's how untrustworthy her vibes are. Because y'all, I'm a psychic. And I feel people's energy real strong. And I can feel a person's intentions from a mile away. Her intentions, her vibe it just gives off narcissist, and it gives off self-serving. Like her, whenever she asks questions about my personal, like, you ain't see that. Whenever she would ask questions about my other jobs and try to get all in my personal life, she'd be like, what's your plans for the day? You got any plans? And it just come off like she's asking these questions to get information, to keep tabs on me, to gossip to somebody else about. And I got confirmation that she was doing this in more than one way. Let's just put it that way. In more than one way. So I know I ain't crazy. My intuition ain't never lied to me. So, yeah, the conclusion of this video is I don't want to have the only way to relate to people is through trauma bonding, through gossip, through exchange of negative news about people around us. So today is a new day, and I'm stepping into a new version of myself. I am transitioning to a higher vibrational version of myself. I'm maturing, bruh. I'm growing up. I want to do something with my life. I want to have a career. This is elevation time. You feel really good out here. Wow, the weather feels amazing. So, if you feeling like how I'm feeling, and you tired of the bad habits that you have, I'm cutting back on alcohol. I'm a wine drinker, and that's all I ever drink. I don't drink hard liquor, and I don't drink beer. I don't drink stuff like that. I only drink wine. And I never drink wine that's higher than like 13 or 14% alcohol content. And I haven't drank alcohol in a few days intentionally, because I just want to cut back on all my bad habits. It's just time for me to grow up. It's time for me to evolve. I know not drinking alcohol is not necessarily you like maturing or growing up, but on a soul level it is. To lean on alcohol as a way to cope with your stresses is not the most evolved way to cope. It's not. So I don't like making my videos too long these days. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I love y'all. I love doing YouTube. I love getting on camera and expressing myself. It's literally one of my passions. So please share my content so that I can grow this channel and do this for a living. Bye. I love y'all.